Hi everyone, it's Chris. Welcome back to my parlour. And today I'm here with a requested follow-up on a reading I did the other day on a what are they thinking, feeling and doing reading. And I was a bit confused on number 3. I couldn't quite qualify who this person was, whether they were an employer, a person in government, or a friend, lover, what have you. I couldn't clarify the situation, so I'm just going to, and I've been asked to see if I can clarify who they are. So I'm going to be doing that with number 3 in that pick a card. Only number 3 was requested to go through, so that's what I'm doing today. And these are the cards that turned up: the World, the Four of Cups, and the Two of Wands. What I had given as an example was that a boss perhaps here had a project finished, but once the project finished they lost an employee. An employee was no longer necessary, so there's like a gap left over, and perhaps the inquirer could fulfill that position and also relieve the boss of what's going to be coming next, so he can, or she can, look forward to a new project, a new employee to bring balance back to the workplace. And that's what I thought perhaps, but it was a bit confusing for some people, and so I've been asked by one person to clarify that. So let's find out who they were, shall we? I've chosen some cards from the deck which I think represents people, gender and age, if I can, and perhaps to clarify the cards that turned up. So let's find out perhaps who they are, who it's referring to, whether it's a boss, lover, friend, family member. Let's clarify that for some people so we can work out who they are. So let's find out, shall we? Let's find out who this represents. Who is the person representing? What are they thinking, feeling and doing about a situation, about a person? Who are they first? What kind of relationship do they have with the inquirer? What relationship do they have with the inquirer? Let's find out. This one. Okay, they're the inquirer's lover. They have an intimate relationship with the inquirer. So this person is of an intimate relationship, not necessarily currently, but they could be current or they may not be. So something has finished here. We definitely know something has finalised, right? And the inquirer has a relationship with this person, and they are an intimate, or had been an intimate connection. So something has been completed. A cycle has finished. Something has completely gone full circle and has come back to a new beginning. And there is definitely something to look forward to. But the person who's thinking, feeling, they're feeling a bit despondent, not quite knowing what to do or how to proceed from here, though they do know that there is something that they are seeking. There is something available to them and will come into their life if they take the opportunity offered to them. Perhaps the inquirer has then got in the position to seek connection with this person, perhaps to help them. They haven't necessarily asked for help, but they're certainly seeking outside assistance, perhaps. Who knows? So let's clarify that. Let's find out perhaps, do we need to know now the age? Not necessarily, do we? We don't need to know the age now, because it's more appropriate for the person who is inquiring. They know how old their lover is. So I'm not going to be worried about that. Unless it was a general reading, But this has been questioned by somebody who's asked me to emphasize more about who this person is so we know, and it's more to do with the lover, not a boss as such as I was thinking perhaps it might have been in my example. So this just goes to show how general these readings are when you pick a card reading from me. But if at any time anyone does question it or want some more advice on a particular reading, please don't hesitate, as this subscriber has done. They've contacted me and asked for clarification, and whenever possible I will provide that for you. So it just goes to show you that what is happening here. So perhaps we can find out what has ended or what has finalized and is about to begin again. Find out why this person is still contemplating their next step. What's happening here to them? Why are they still sitting on their emotions? Have they completely healed, or are they thinking about something brand new, or they're still thinking about what has finalized? This is finalized. It's a cycle. It's finished, and something new beginning. But it doesn't mean that we can't think back on that and work out the woulda, coulda, shouldas perhaps, because there's definitely something on the horizon for them. They're seeking something, definitely. So let's find out what that was perhaps, and bring that into focus. So what has ended? What cycle has finished? In what area of life has this cycle finished for this person and their lover? Is their lover involved, or is this person separate from this lover at the moment? We don't know, depending on the circumstances of this couple here. They may still be together. They may be involved in the ending here, or they may be separate. Again, unless it's a personal reading from me, I can't delve into that too deeply because it is a general reading, but I can clarify for some people if they so desire. So what's the ending? What's the cycle finished? Well, it's a very positive cycle. The cycle has been a very positive one. It's one that, you know, you had to go through. Perhaps sometimes we meet people or we experience things just because we need to experience that in our life, and it comes in its natural cycle. It begins, it progresses, and it ends. And this one turned out quite okay. It was a very positive experience. It was one that really needed to happen. And why they're despondent, I don't know. Perhaps it was just too good, and they just missed those feelings. They missed the friendship. They missed the excitement. They missed the connection, perhaps. Perhaps it was a holiday romance, for example, and everything was just going so perfectly, but as all things good, sometimes it ends. And but perhaps there's possibility of it renewing itself. Maybe that's why these two lovers are having a time of contemplating. So let's find out what this person is contemplating about. They're thinking this has been fantastic. They're feeling a little bit despondent because it's over. Why are they feeling despondent? Why is it over? Is it over? Does it have to be over? Why is it over? Why are they thinking is it completely over? Because they're wanting to start again. They're renewing themselves, perhaps. They're giving themselves a breather. They're giving themselves some space because they don't want to give up on all the good things that happened here. So they're giving themselves a breather for another chance at it, perhaps. There could be a reconciliation coming through. There may be a connection. Maybe they are separated for some reason. It's over. They've gone their separate ways. But this person here, the inquirer's person, is wanting to give it another go, and they're just sort of recuperating and working out their next strategy. They're waiting for another chance to move forward, perhaps to see what might be happening. So what is possible? Perhaps this is what I can do for my next lot of readings too, and I do pick a card like this. Perhaps when they're thinking, feeling, doing, perhaps I can clarify the those areas. So what are they thinking, feeling and doing? Well, they're thinking they had a really good time, but it's finished now, but they felt really good about it. What are they thinking? What are they feeling about it? They're feeling as though they wanted to give it another go. They're resting at the moment, but they're thinking, I'm going to give this another go, and I'm going to perhaps approach them. Now, what are they going to be doing about it? What is possible? And I can separate my decks into those areas as well, about people and who they might be, the ages and things like that. So thank you for asking me to clarify, because you've given me a wonderful idea. I'm not going to say who you are, but I will comment to your comment in regards to this reading, just so you know that I have acknowledged you. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to think of something else that I can actually expand on some of my readings, which is really important. So, you know, I don't know if I'm doing a really good job unless I get comments, or comments that I can use. I can even take, examples, and I can take ideas from people. I really can, so long as they're positive and that I can utilise them. That's all I ask, something positive that I can utilise. And if it's something that you're giving me an idea of, like this one, can I clarify please? I'm willing to do that, because they are general readings, but sometimes I get more information, perhaps is more specific for somebody. If you want me to clarify, if you have some suggestions for me, so long as I can use them, I'm willing to listen to them. So what's going to be happening? Why are they looking forward? Because it's going to bring them happiness. They feel as though this, if they continue with this cycle, bring it back into their life, they'll feel as though, you know, everything's come around. They can feel as though they're the cat with the cream. And that they can see something positive here. It may have only been for a short while, but they felt so good about it. They wanted to continue with it. They wanted to bring it back into their life and feel satisfied. So there you go. How does that sound? Does that sound about right? It's a good ending, a good outcome for this person, because their significant other feels really good about them. They felt really good about their connection together, and they wanted to continue it. They wanted to replay the good vibes they had here of this the cycle that had them going through. Oh, let me know how it goes. So thank you very much, everyone, and until next time, so many blessings.